Yo YouTube, welcome channel guys. Today I'm talking about GRIME II. GRIME 2's review after finishing of the game. Basically the game, I liked it a lot. The game is for me, I'm gonna tell you the rating about my game experience and everything. I really want to talk about the negatives first because praising the game which is like already good, that I have told you during the gameplay, also during the finishing the boss quail also, and talked about there some things which is like for me the negatives were there, which is basically what I have talked about. The negatives there was the game story felt dry to me. I did not sympathize with the man's story and why he was like hell-bent on like killing Goyle, which is like he confessed that he was not the person, it was this monster who was like inside him which did it, right? And our character man was the one, and still he's like an idiot, was like hell-bent on not understanding. There was no emotions there. I did not sympathize with his character, the story. There are many characters and NPCs were like completely like yapping, and I thought after playing Solitaria I'm going to focus on this story a lot because I felt so much emotions there, connected with Chasa, the main character, the Verita and everything. And every character had those small characters which are like NPCs were like really good there. During that gameplay I really felt that the storytelling was the brilliant there. Even I thought that I felt more emotional or like connected with the Solitaria game story than the Nine Souls game story, which was like really good there also. But this game story felt dry and unnecessary somewhere. Like you are like the game also telling you to stop reading this thing, it is gonna be, they're gonna yap. But because after playing Solitaria I thought that there would be something interesting, something like it would mean something. But after finding the NPC in the lower Kankan, I felt that I was stupid enough to do that. And many times I was like, during the SIP talk also, it was like game was telling me, so it is pure nonsense. But they were building characters, but they did not build the characters, what do you call that, links. And it was like happened, but what you need to show me why we are so bad. Because we are having consumed or possessed by entity. Completely not like the story did not matter to me, but it plays a role, guys. If you are giving 10 out of 10 to any game, story plays a real role. So I'm not giving this game a 10 out of 10. The story, because I have given the only 10 out of 10 to Hunter x Hunter, and that's only to the Ant arc, because that storytelling was the brilliant in anywhere. I have consumed so many anime, manga, manhwa, movies, Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood, the Korean movies, Japanese movies, Chinese movies. Do not even count them. There are so many movies I have consumed, from French movies to even some European movies also, Dutch or some. Count everything, man. I have I'm not that young, so I have consumed everything, and the storytelling was the brilliant there, and I want the storytelling. And I'm a dumb person. I'm not gonna project myself that I am so brilliant that I can understand everything, and I'm just everything I know, and it is gonna be you need to please me. No, I'm a dumb person. Make me connect with the story. I'm your audience. I'm your gamer. I'm just your targeted audience. You need to make me believe in the stories, characters, the links and everything. So this is what I felt that there is the game lacked here. The game stories, the game telling was felt little bit dry here. The second thing, the game had some kind of bugs where I could not see the cursor here, which I am seeing right now. I could not back off from there because it was back instead of cancel. They patched that up. There were some times instance where I was falling and I used to get a really sharp noise. I have cut that part off during the gameplay, but there were some parts there. There were a few other instances where I felt that there were some little bit bugs, but I think they're solving those things. So it is every game. The game did not. Every game has some little bit like drawbacks or nicks or bugs, but they are not game crashing bugs, because the game did not crash for me even once. Game played absolutely brilliant. The game looks like every different areas you go, the game looks good. Some areas they are like picturesque and you would enjoy those parts. So that part, the game was really good. The game's music is very similar to the GRIME 1, and during the boss fight it was so loud, my ears were like completely ripping apart. So that part, where I thought that could have been a little bit brought down. I do not ever go and in the option menu and like adjust my volumes, because I do not understand them. Even I take help of from the Google, the YouTube's video to even like trying to improve my audios, my voice. So I'm not like really knowledgeable about that. After music, let's talk about the combat, the biggest thing. The game's combat was like absolutely brilliant, what I expected from the game 1, and they have improved upon it. They had a little bit this thing, which was, I thought that this ability should have been given before mud pits. It would have helped a lot. The poison killed me like few times. I think 3-4 times. You might have seen it if you have seen my gameplay. The few abilities were so like locked behind here in the paint reef. I was searching for the boss here, and it was like I was hitting my head against the wall, but it was the thing that you need to come back to get that ability to like sticking out the wall, and the higher jump here. Those things were like not available during the gameplay, and during the part where I was like completely lost here. I wasted so much time here. That is good, right? Now the one more drawback I want to say is that the games has shadow parts which are like you cannot reach it, but when you go on the online, there are parts where which is like completely shown on there, and means like they have gotten the game previously before the release part, right? Release date, and they might have gone there, but I tried so much and I wasted so much time because those maps don't show that there is an item. I just gave up on these two parts. Also this part, I don't know what was there here. Something extra part was here which was like I was not able to find. Whatever I do, I did not find that complete area here. I tried so many times, wasted so much time there. So why give those places when you cannot go there? And those how did they went there, man? Look at this dark shadows, and when I was like here falling through the sky, also during like going through them here, there are so many black parts. I was like going through them, even then they were like not going away. So that is a part of the bugs, I would say. And jumping around looking at those parts, but black parts were not going. And because I'm stressing the points more here is that because every nooks and carry like parts like the upper parts, look at this could lead to a new part, right? This could lead to the highest point, could lead to the newer areas, look at this part. If you do not come back to the list corner, you would not go here and get the items. That is one more drawback. And also the drawback, for one more drawback I would say, when you get the items here which are like these things, right, molds, right, you just go here and like apply those sets in the mold sets, your buff or whatever they are. They were like small like pebble, they were on the floor, and I have not picked it up because during the gameplay I wanted to get this one completely upgraded. This one sharpening in the reinforcing weave, I had only 7 out of 7 out of 6. So I have one number, I was like not getting it. But you know what, I went to every part of the map and it did not get it. What happened was that in the mud pit, when I was going there and to see but it's here, right? I was going from here. I got like so many items because I focused on the floor from here. That 4 5 I think I got reinforcing weave, the dried alveoli. So that was like completely messed up, man, you know. And where I got that last one was here in the here here when I was going here. I went there multiple times, but it was hidden behind the black wall, which was like, you know, the game has this thing. If you like go in front of something, look at this, they are gonna block this thing. Look at, can you see those lower swords? They're gonna block the part if there is something, right? So and there are like stones on the floor also. If you do not break them, you would miss out on the upgrade of some kind of molds or the I think your skills, whatever they are. So that part I would think that can be counted in the negative parts. The main part I want to talk about the games is the platforming. Platforming was, I thought, that the brilliant in the game. The first game had I played that game with the broken controller, and you know, when you reach the last area in the GRIME 1, there was a upper section there. It was so hard for me because my left stick, right stick was broken. I had like 8-year-old, my Logitech F710 was like completely broken there that time, and playing that time with that gameplay was a struggle. But during this game also, I had lots and lots of, like, that game had, if you consider that like a 10 in the like amount of like platforming, this game has like 100. And so much platforming, and with the right gamepad, it felt so breeze. If you know things, like during the boss fight, if you know what they are gonna do, you can like absolutely, like, you know, plan those things and kill them with ease, man. The parrying, if you put the points in the pliability, you will get your parry assist to reach to like 150, which I have 125 or 150. I think I did that there. Had 36 health and 36 strength, and the pliability 25. So the parrying was like really easy during that time. The amount of damage you can do with the weapons was again given the, you know, during the, I have made the video where you can like do like around 2561 or 60 something like that. But with the complete, you know, putting points in the strength and having the beast armor, I think I can completely broke this thing and reach around like 3000 kind of a damage, which I think can be possible, which is, I have not tried it. And this is like after parrying and then charging with the sharpening weave or the reinforcing weave. With the reinforcing weave, I think it is possible to reach the 3000. I have shown in that video around 2561 with the different armor, which was this one, the forge boulder chest and everything. So guys, it was around the, if I say the brightest part of the game was the graphics. It looks so good. The gameplay, it looks more than that thing, means like gameplay was the highest, I would say, star of the game. And the triple star of the 5-star of the game, it was that the platforming was so good, and I liked it so much. And the negatives were like sometimes you needed to hit your head against the wall to find where to go, and the story felt dry. The bugs few, and the items which are like should have been like illuminated, man. If I'm going, there are like the instances where the items were like behind the upgrading items, but those things on the floor, you're fighting enemies, you are doing the like platforming, you know, and you are going upside, and there is like below there is like, you know, some kind of spikes, and how you're gonna like go down, right? And you're not gonna, like, this game is big, not like 18 areas, guys. The game has 18 areas if you consider this thing. I have counted, right? So this game is not small. So every part, look at this, the massive game, guys, and more than around like 30 bosses and lots of mini bosses where you get like hunt points which you use it to upgrade this thing. This system was like really great here. When you get to this part, you're gonna get with every 7 pennies you're gonna get the inflicted death mark on the enemies, and you're gonna get health from there. And this is for basically for force, so you can customize with that also. So basically the game has all round did everything in the sense of they provided the weapon choices were there. There were like not the varieties were there, because smaller weapons will do the similar attacks, where the larger weapon would do the similar kind of attacks. Swords and these axes were like mace were like a little bit different, but there was not major difference between the weapons here. Look at this weapon. If I like get this here, it is doing this attack right now. If I am gonna if I'm gonna get this one, which I used during the whole gameplay, and look at this, similar, absolute similar. Only those two weapons can do the fire damage on the enemies. So, and the harder weapons, which you can see, only the sword has little bit different attacks. Look at this kind of attack, which is very drag looking attacks. And this one, if you see that thing, which was I used it during the whole gameplay, just this attack. And if I consider a different weapon, similar kind of attacks, there is no like, they look different, they do different damage, but they are like movements were not different. So it is based on that thing. You can like, they do not matter during the gameplay, but bigger the number, the better the thing, the better the damage you will do and better you will feel. So if you are like for a single highest damage with this weapon, like collapsed mace and the reinforcing wave and the sharpening wave, did a lot of damage. So it is for 3 seconds. You can use it for, if you want for the longer, you can use a sharpening wave. So that is all what the game is all about. I'm trying to save this thing. So a game I liked it a lot. I'm gonna come back to this game if the DLC comes, and I'm pretty sure that if the game does good, they are gonna come up with the DLC or the third part, because after I'm gonna not spoil you what happens after the game, the end point, but they have left things open. So there is possibility for GRIME 3 or the DLC, guys. Definitely they are going to come up with the one DLC as they have come up with the GRIME 1. And I feel like if the game does good, like performs well, so I think they are going to come up with the GRIME 3, and I'm going to be happy. So guys, I'm going to end here. Please do subscribe, like, share and comment. What do you think about my review? What do you think about your gameplay experience, the platforming, the game? Or did you find any bugs? Did you find that the game was like really good, or how it is compared with the first iteration of the GRIME 1 versus GRIME 2? You can comment in the comment section. I would wanna definitely reply there. I'm gonna end here, guys. Subscribe, like, share and comment. Till then, bye.